join Katie. Good morning. Good morning, Martin. Thanks very much. Well, we start in Sochi, where Britain's Lizzie Yarnold is on course for a gold medal in the women's skeleton. She heads into the final day of competition in first place with a commanding lead over her nearest rival of over half a second. Yarnold broke the track record in one of her 2 runs yesterday. Her teammate Shelley Ruffman is back in 11th place.
Do you know, ideally going into the second day I would have been in 2nd or 3rd position, because then for the first rally I wouldn't be the first one to go. That can always be a tricky thing if we have any track delays, being the first one off. But you know, the race is only halfway through, so just back to focus, back to the drawing board with coach. We're talking again about lines to try and even improve it.
So we could be set for a golden day, and you can watch Yarnold go for gold on BBC Two this afternoon. Her first run is at around 3:40 and the second is from 4:45. There's also live commentary of her final run on BBC Radio 5 Live. Now the men's super combined skiing is underway in Sochi. The event consists of a downhill run followed by a slalom leg, and the lowest combined time wins. Norway's Kjetil Jansrud is the current leader after the downhill. Defending champion Bode Miller is trying to end his career with another medal, but a mistake on his run means that he's off the pace slightly in 12th. The slalom gets underway at 11:30 this morning. The president of the IOC, Thomas Bach, has criticised David Cameron's decision not to attend the Sochi Winter Olympics. Bach says it's a missed opportunity. His comments, made in an interview with the BBC Sports editor David Bond, come after some world leaders, including President Obama, were accused of missing Sochi because of political tensions with Russia.
I always think if you don't have a dialogue, it's a missed opportunity. I think dialogue is always better than talking about each other. It's always better to talk with each other. But in the end, it's the decision of a sovereign government. There I have no judgment. There every politician can make his or her own decision. What I mean is that if you take a decision, if you have an opinion, then express it in the political dialogue where it belongs to. And don't use the athletes as messengers for your political message to be sent to others.
Now away from the Winter Olympics, Andy Murray has reached the quarter-finals of the World Tennis Tour.
From Dunblane.
The world number 6, who's the 2nd seed for the tournament, played Austria's Dominic Thiem, but he needed 3 sets to take the victory, picking up a vital break in the decider to take the match 6-4, 3-6, 6-3. The Scots was a late wildcard entry into the tournament and faces Marin Cilic in the quarters.
For these are my mountains.
Now it's the first week of the new rugby league season,
And this
Helens
is
enhanced
my
their
glen.
status as one of the favourites for the Super League title by thrashing Warrington Wolves 38-8 in their
St
first match.
Helens
Alice
is a
Goodall
mountain
reports.
that erupted.
A new season, and one that Warrington will want to end in a more positive fashion than the last. Tony Smith's side have lost the last 2 grand finals. No one wants that hat-trick on their record. Their start against St Helens couldn't have gone any better. Barely 2 minutes in and Joel Monaghan got them ahead. However, those expecting a Wolves stampede would be disappointed. Instead, St Helens sent them scattering. 3 first-half tries came in reply as they took control. Former man of steel James Roby getting 1. Warrington were left to look for some luck. The hopeful punt upfield, and it came on cue. Second try for Monaghan, but it was merely a consolation. Saints were rampant and even got their own slice of fortune.
Can't get you out of my
And
head.
Swift with try number 5. Number 6 came not long after a Wolves mistake, punished in clinical fashion by debutant Luke Walsh. The Wolves players hadn't expected a start like this. Alex Gorgiani, BBC News.
A great result there for St Helens, and that's all the sport for now, but you can follow all of those stories that I've mentioned and see the latest on the Winter Olympics on the BBC Sport website. That's bbc.co.uk/sport, and I'll have more for you in the next hour, Martin.
Katie, thank you very much. We'll see you later. In a moment, a summary of our business news this hour with Marion, but first the headlines on BBC News. Stormy weather is returning to the UK as engineers try to reconnect more than 25,000 properties still without electricity after Wednesday's gales. Heavy rain is hitting southwest England with strong winds in the Isles of Scilly and snow on higher ground. 17 severe flood warnings remain in place in parts of Gloucestershire, Somerset, Berkshire and Surrey. The Prime Minister David Cameron says the government will help those who need help.
I'm Marianne Mashiri. In the business news, the UK pension system is not working. The City Watchdog has concluded after a review into the disorderly annuities market.